This is your 2020 Kia Forte 5, all new for this model year. It's been gone for a couple of years, but thankfully Kia has brought it back. Let's go right into it. Perks, quirks, and irks. So from a distance, it looks pretty plain, simple, conservative. Nothing wrong with that, because that's what I like in cars anyway. However, take a few steps up. You'll notice there's this cool red accent on the grille. Very nice touch there. I'm gonna call that a perk. I'm in the top trim GT Limited, so there's a badging in the front and in the rear. A bit of a quirk. Looks like there's space for fog lights there and there, but interestingly, none of the Forte 5s have them. Halogen turn signals up front and in the rear. My complaint here is they're too low. They did it with the Sportage where it was low, front and rear. Do the same thing with this. I don't like it. Just bring it up a little bit. LED headlights, LED day runners, and the day runners are the four little arms that are coming out. Let me get a better look. That's a good look at the actual headlight. Let's get that out. There we go. So it looks really nice with the day runners on. I'll get you a shot of that in a second or so. And there's a nice little focus. There's a nice little design line on the inside there. Let's stand up, take a look at the front quarter. Nice and clean, nothing extravagant about it here, and that's just fine for me. Sorry for the out of focus, I just brought it back. So here is a perk for me. I don't know why I did that in sing-song, but that's what you get. The rim design looks really nice. Big perk there. The irk, I'm gonna zoom in. It's that silly red circle around the middle of the wheel. I just think it's goofy looking personally. I don't like it. Give me black, give me silver, just don't give me red. Side look at the car, nice hatchback design. I think it looks 9.5 out of 10 for me. I don't like the antenna sticking out, whereas it right there, I would have rather had that shark fin antenna. But nice clean look. Interestingly, the Elantra, made by Hyundai, their sister company, sister company, the Elantra hatch is much more squared off, and the Forte 5 has that nice arc to it. So interesting touch there. Gas door on the driver's side. From here, with the rear lights right there, kind of looks like an X4 from BMW a little bit, if you kind of stretch it a bit, but you know, just that's kind of how it struck me when I first saw the vehicle. Let's take a look at the rear itself. Nice clean LED lights. Again, turn signals. I don't care that they're halogen and not LED. I care that they're too low. Bring it up. Everyone's in taller vehicles nowadays, and you want to have that turn signal as high up as possible. At least, you know, that's my 2 cents on that. And as we wrap up the outside, a perk is the twin tailpipes right there, nice and symmetrical, and the GT badging is right there, and Forte 5 is right there. There's a bit of a closer look at it. All right, that's gonna wrap the outside. I'll be back with a look at the inside. 2020 Kia Forte 5. Quick look in the trunk to show you 741 liters of cargo space. I put some boxes there for perspective, as well as the end of a snowburst to show you just how far back it goes. Pretty good length as far as cargo space goes. Now, interestingly, Kia does not have the figure for seats down with cargo space on their website, so not really sure about that. A little bit of cargo space in here. There's a good look at it. Just a little small pocket there and a small pocket there, and I put the owner's manual there just to show you perspective on how much space you have. There is no spare tire. There is a mobility tire kit, so saving weight any way you can. One handle up here. I'm not going to get too picky. I would have liked to have a second one, but one is better than none. Close her up and back with the inside look. 2020 Kia Forte 5. Let's take a look at the inside of the Forte 5 for 2020. Cool seat design, seat back as well as the seat bottom. Everybody except the middle person gets that. Getting the seats down, lift, pull, drop. It's that easy. Thank you, Kia, for always making getting the seats up and seats down super easy. Center armrest comes with a couple of cup holders. GT Limited offers 2-stage heated seats for your rear passengers. Well, not the middle passenger, but you know, left and right. That's what we're looking at in the inside from the rear point of view. Close the door. Let's go up front. Starting with the seats, really good thigh support, really good side support. And again, that cool pattern goes all the way throughout. GT customers get the GT badging. Very nice there. Red stitching goes through most of the vehicle. And what's really nice is they've got red piping that contrasts the red stitching. So nice touch there. Let's jump in, get ourselves out of the rain, get ourselves settled. Sorry about that. Let's get the car started. Push button start. Nice little graphic that starts it up. Analog dials on the outside, 4.2-inch TFT in the middle. And you just push that button there and you get all sorts of information. Again, Kia does it so well. It's so easy to pull information. And again, I've mentioned this so many times before, so I may as well be consistent. Kia lets you see exactly what position your lights are in. And let me get my hand around for the wipers. Same thing, off, intermittent, low, and high. Kia, keep doing great work. GT customers get a flat bottom steering wheel, so it's easy to get in and out. It can feel a little weird if you're turning and you expect to full around, but I will take a little bit of awkwardness in exchange for getting in and out of the car with a little bit more ease. Steering wheel controls, again, typical Kia, so easy to just use, and there's no guesswork. There's literally no guesswork with this. Dashboard illumination, blind spot, activation, deactivation lane, keep assist, same thing, and your traction control on and off. Here's a little perk / quirk, red stitching on the inside of the wheel. You don't see it too much at the top because that's your point of view. I guess you see a little bit, but you know what I mean. Very nice, very subtle. Let's start with the middle console, and 8-inch touchscreen. Everyone gets that. GT Limited customers get the navigation. Nobody else does. But it's got standard CarPlay, standard Android Auto. So that's your workaround for that. This is a little quirky for me. There's a little just end piece tacked on there and there. I understand it's got to be flush and uniform, but make the radio button a little longer, make the setup button a little longer, or enlarge in that, whatever it is. Anyways, it's a nice looking infotainment system, touchscreen, buttons, dials, very cool. Going down a little bit, you get your standard stuff for vents, HVAC. Again, it's so easy, it's so Kia. Yeah, I used Kia as a verb, whatever. It's just so easy to use and well laid out. And to me, Kia's got one of the best interiors on the market today. Another cool point, definite perk, everybody gets wireless charging. Regardless if it's the EX, GT, or GT Limited, there's a little more storage down there, and there's some power sources. So well done, Kia. There's a gear shift, does not come in manual, automatic only, but that's okay. This one is the 7-speed dual clutch transmission, and it's very fast. We'll get into more of that in the drive portion. Heated seats, cooled seats on this trim, heated steering wheel, everybody gets heated seats actually, and drive mode is there. What's quirky, it starts on 3 instead of starting on 1. You know, warm, super hot, warm, and kind of warm. So I thought that's a little peculiar. Old school handbrake, love it. Perk. Couple of cup holders. You do not get the thing of half drunk A&W root beer. I guess you can ask your dealer if they really want to give it to you. But anyways, I'll show you a little more about this, which is the purple lights there, and that's a nice touch, definite perk. The GT for this trim changes colors. You can change the ambient colors, I think 6 different ways. So that is a very cool touch, and it also happens on this side. I was a little disappointed that it's only that little tiny bit there, but when I saw the GT light up and change colors, that definitely set it apart. Very nice. Here's a perk. They pulled this out of the Stinger. I love it. It's just so cool and better than just going traditional trapezoid shape. They went for the circle shape, so I like that. Nicely done. As we wrap up the inside, this trim gets the sunroof. I think the GT gets it too. I'm not sure. I'll take a look and put a note up in the description section. But as we wrap up the inside of the 2020 Kia Forte 5, it's so good, so comfortable. Everything's laid out so nicely. One of my favorite interiors in this class of vehicle. All right, let's get this thing out in the road. Let's do the drive. 2020 Kia Forte 5. So this is the GT Limited, as mentioned. So it's got the 1.6 turbo 4, 201 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. There is the 2-liter that comes with the EX, and that gives you, I believe, 140-ish horsepower, 130-ish pound-feet of torque. I'll put the figures on that side of the screen. I gotta say, I'm very, very impressed with the Forte 5 and the way it looks, the way it drives, the way it feels. And it's got some serious competition between the Civic and the Mazda 3 and the Corolla, your perennial leaders, plus everybody else who's got something in this segment. But Kia has done a very good job as far as good fit, good finish, and the fact that they're offering a GT option, which just gives you that extra get up and go when you need it. And I haven't driven the EX. I don't imagine it's bad per se, but giving me, or giving potential customers, me in this specific instance, 201 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque. The car is very quick, very crisp, and very brisk as far as acceleration goes, and you feel it in the lower gears as well. It doesn't get muddy and all sorts of, you know, I'm not really sure what the gears want to do. Gears want to do. So Kia's done a great job with this transmission. Another great benefit, there's only 3 trims. There's really 2.5 trims. There's the EX, which comes with a ton of stuff, and then there's the GT, which comes with even more stuff. And the GT Limited just gives you that much more. Things like cooled front seats, heated rear seats, the forward collision assist with the active braking. I'll put a full list of everything this car offers, this trim offers on that side, and that's going to be the GT Limited. And as you read that, I would run this car as the GT. I would save, I think it's $1,600 or $2,600. I'll put the price difference there as well, in addition to the features. But I think that Kia's done a great job in bringing back the Forte 5. Not available in the States, only available in Canada. The Americans are a little peculiar with anything with a hatchback that's not raised up. I guess that's crossovers, SUVs, and CUVs. But I'm really impressed with the Forte 5. The seats are very comfortable. I've done a lot of city driving. My fuel consumption is at an even 10 because I've done a lot of crappy city driving. The weather's been iffy, a lot of stop and go traffic. I'll put fuel figures there, and the fuel figures that you will see are much lower than what I have reached for this week. But you know, that's every driver is different. Driving conditions week to week are different as well. Again, it's the infotainment. I mentioned this in the previous part of the video. It's so easy to use. There's very little guesswork. Steering wheel controls are also very, very nice. Kind of comfort in the rear seats. Not bad for this classic car. I'll give Kia high marks as far as that goes. I like the sunroof, so maybe that might sway me to get in the GT Limited. It depends if you care for sunroofs or if you don't. Yes, I'm still growing a beard, and it's all white over there and black in patches, and that's just my little tiny segue. Anyways, Kia Forte 5, stiff competition in the marketplace, and I think they'll do well if they can kind of just keep plugging along and keep pushing brand awareness. Because, you know, price points, it's low 20s for the EX and mid 20s for the GT, and I believe $29,995 as of middle of December 2019 for the GT Limited. So you can't really go wrong. One thing before I wrap it up, active safety features. There's a ton of them, and all 3 trims get them, and I will list those safety features right there for you. And it's impressive that Kia is offering so much. Standard wireless charging, standard heated steering wheel, standard heated seats, blind spot monitoring, and so on and so on. So Kia's really gone to town as far as the value proposition goes, and that's what they've always been good at, right? Like just hammering it home and doing such a good job of it. And you know, from the Soul to the Sportage and really everything in the Kia lineup in today's modern world is a great option against, again, the perennial leaders, the Hondas, the Mazdas, the Toyotas. Anyways, on that note, I'm going to wrap up the video. I'm going to find somewhere to safely pull over. How about here? But the 4-way's on. All right, thank you so much for watching. Any questions on the 2020 handbrake, park? Any questions on the 2020 Kia Forte 5? Let me know. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as possible. Feel free to subscribe if you like what I do, and there's that little notification thing people talk about. If you'd like to tap that, and then you'll be alerted to the every time I put up a new video. Okay, thanks again for watching, and I will be back sooner than later with my next car review.